Good morning, everyone. I just want to make a quick reflection on davening nates. Baruch Hashem, this morning I daven nates. Not only I daven nates, but I have an app on my phone that has two different opinions when nates is, meaning sunrise, and it can tell you down to the second. And so one of my rebbeim said it counts that you're davening nates if you're within 10 minutes before and 10 minutes after nates. And I'm sure in the old days that's how it was. You know, even whatever, if they had whatever kind of hourglasses and sundials and everything else, or they were like looking and watching the sun rise, I guess that could also work, but on a cloudy day like this, it's not so easy. But to have and the truth is, though, they had incredible computations. We see from the Rambam, Hilchos Kiddush HaChodesh, that we were privy to incredible level of accuracy and precision in astronomical calculations like this. But the fact that it's so easy for us that I can just pick up my phone and I have a clock in my house, a monitor that has the exact time. And so I'm starting at Baruch Hashem this morning. I don't do all the time. This morning I start Shemoneh Esrei exactly at nates, exactly at sunrise. That is because of, thank God, the technology that God has blessed us with. He's put wisdom into the minds of human beings, given us the tools to have these types of technology. I know in the real old days they had much more technology, but they used it for evil, and they were destroyed. There was a flood. And we're right now at a very precarious time. We all know that. We all feel that we're somewhere in the pages of eschatology. And so we have to hope and pray that if we use these tools that God has blessed us with in this time for good, we'll be able to take them with us to the next time. And if not, we might lose them. Probably will. And that's scary to us because we are so addicted to these things. So in the meantime, let's just do the best we can right now. Instead of worrying about the future, let's right now use all these things that God has blessed us with and try to be mindful of those things. Such an amazing thing that I have something can fit in my hand, that I can learn Gemara. Don't have to carry around a whole, and I can make the font as big as I want, as small as I want. It's really an incredible blessing that we have. Obviously, it's a double-edged sword, and we know the damage that the technology can do. But if we have it anyway, of course you have to go to the Sur Meirah. We have to stop using it for bad stuff. And I know it seems very hard, but that's also, if we can know, at least intellectually, that that's just a facade. You know, I don't like to get into the politics and everything, but we know there are bad people who are doing bad things, and they're hiding behind women and children in hospitals. I remember my Rebbe, Kalva Rebbe Shlita, he said that the temptations that we have in this world for going against holiness are like a candy, a chocolate bar with poison inside. So the poison is hiding behind the chocolate. And so too, there's that poison that's hiding behind the evil, the destruction that's hiding behind things that we think we like, or even that we should like, but in the right way. You can have a chocolate bar as long as it's kosher. So the Sur Meirah, it might seem very difficult, and I know it's difficult, and I've experienced the difficulty. But it's not impossible. You can do it, we can do it. I don't want to get into anything too personal, but just try. I think right at this moment we just have to put in that little bit of effort, because it's so easy to just be on cruise control. But the truth is that effort is really the real cruise control, because we're letting go and letting God. And we don't need all the things that God told us are bad for us. We're not hurting God when we sin. We're hurting ourselves. And we're much happier and content and simcha and everything when we're doing things the right way. As difficult as it might be, especially if someone gets into a habit and an addiction, but we get stronger from it. But it's not enough the Sur Meirah, we also have to do the Aseh Tov. It's not enough to desist from evil, we also have to do good. And maybe the biggest part of doing good is learning Torah. And the very same technological devices, the device itself is Klipas Noga. We have to use it for the right things. If you don't have it, but if we but if we have it anyway, I always say like this. The Gemara says, right, Hillel Mechayev Esvaniyim, right, that Hillel, because he hid on top, they wouldn't let him in the Medrash because he couldn't pay, so he went up on the roof, on the skylight, and so he could listen to Torah learning, and the snow covered him. It was many feet of snow. It's the same type of thing. Is that I know, I understand people don't like Sfaria, so whatever app you want to use, I use Sfaria. I'm sorry. I'll clap and I'll hate for learning from Sfaria. I just find it very useful. But these types of things, it's mechayev anyone who owns a smartphone or a tablet and has it with him or her to learn and to daven and to say Tilim and to learn Mishnayos. There's a good Mishnayos app I like to use. There's a Kahati Mishnayos app. It's free. The Sefaria app. I'm not saying this to brag. I'm saying this because you could do it too. Every week for the past few months, I've learned 35, or read through 35 Blat Gemara Bavli. I stopped learning Yerushalmi. I should start again. I was learning Yerushalmi. I have to get back into that habit. Before that, I was doing 30 blot. I upped it to 35. And 21 prakim of Mishnayos every week. 7 prakim of Navi. 7 prakim of Ksuvim. I use different apps also for Navi and Ksuvim. I make these shirim with this app, and you can do it too. If a kid like me, a country bumpkin from public school with a Catholic father, can finish Shas already 3 times, and Shas Mishnayos I don't know how many times, and Tanakh I don't know how many times, and half of Shulchan Aruch and half of the Rambam, and this already decades ago they did that. You could do it too. It doesn't make me a Talmud Chacham, doesn't make me special, doesn't make me anything. All I'm saying is you can do it too. Thank you for watching. God bless. Please like, share, and subscribe, comment. We'll see you later. Alright, how do I turn this thing off?